Hey guys, it's Hala, and today I'm going to do a somewhat short video of a couple speed drawings for the secret project that Qwordy and I are working on. As you can see on the screen, I have my kind of project layout up. I use Lightworks because it is a freeware, and once you kind of get the basics back down, it's pretty easy to use. And you can see that I have a lot of clips in here, and I've got like some text laid over. I've currently finished, well, at the time of recording that video, I had about 21 seconds into the project complete. Not that it's a secret, but I'm pretty sure y'all can guess it's sort of an animation, but not quite. So anyway, so I'm not going to go too much into detail with using the program. It's really, you're able to drag in clips and audio, and as I scroll through these, you can see the different sort of scenes that I'm working on. Everything up to color is pretty much done, and then everything in black and white, and it's kind of sketchy, is the rough draft that I made to help with the timing for everything, and also just to like give me something to go off of. So now let's check out the drawing. So just for fun, I decided to see how long these took. I did have the sketch from my rough draft, thankfully, for these videos. This one is a quick scene where Levin and Nigel are on the staircase and they're talking. Basically, he tells her that he's a vampire, spoiler alert. And so I'm, keeping Levin in the foreground, and then obviously, since Nigel's a little more in the back there, and he will have a close-up in the next scene, I'm just going to do him really quickly. I'm actually going to bump up the speed on this video to about 600%, so it's 6 times as fast as I usually do it, just because I don't want it to take too long, and I want you to kind of see my process. So the sketch is very, very light. Doesn't leave too much, like he was wearing a t-shirt, and I decided, no, he's wearing 3/4 sleeves. I do have the tendency to add too many wrinkles to clothing, but I tightened that one up, kind of fixed him from having too skinny of an arm there. So he is coming to form, and the reason that I can kind of draw this with less base established is because I've been drawing for God knows how long. But over the course of 8 years, from 2006 to 2014, I was self-publishing my own graphic novels, and so I definitely was drawing all the time, and I had to kind of learn to draw with less sketches because I was putting pages out regularly, and you can't spend so much time on a sketch only to have to ink over and then erase your entire sketch to do the grayscale and everything. Okay, and then we just did a quick little scene jump. Basically, after I finished the line art for Nigel, I grabbed the line tool. I am working in Photoshop for these, but this is like a super old version of Photoshop. I've had this one since high school, so I'm not gonna pay monthly for the new Photoshop. So quickly threw in a basic perspective background, and with the colors, you can see that I selected them from a different image I had already finished of Levin. And I'm trying to keep the colors, at least the like appearance, pretty basic and not necessarily flat, but as simple as I can. With Nigel, this is the first time he's appearing in the animation. I only had one other drawing of him, which you just saw. So I'm kind of going off those colors in that, and he's getting a purple sweater because I decided he gets a purple sweater. I create a separate layer for each color or color piece, essentially. So his pants were a different one, his shoes are a different one, and it doesn't show up on my recorded screen. Because apparently when I have my layers off to the side, it likes to not record them because it thinks it's a separate window, so it only records Photoshop, which is fine. But every time you see my mouse kind of hover on the like right area, that's me working between the layers. All right, so we are getting into more of the background. I'm purposely keeping all the background elements grayscale for the project, and that's to make the characters pop, because the characters are the more important parts of the story, and also because backgrounds. One of my illustration goals this year is definitely to work on backgrounds and landscaping, but for now, simple is best. And this is about done, so I'm just gonna throw in a shadow layer, and usually I'll kind of, like I said, I kind of know where the light's coming from, and that one only took me about 30 minutes, so that was pretty good. And so now I'm gonna move over to the close-up of Nigel, and I'm gonna speed this up. Once again, starting with the sketch from the rough draft. At the point of drawing the rough draft, I didn't have 100% nailed down character designs, so you're going to see a little bit of a change, but I'll let you kind of look forward to that if you haven't seen it already. And really, with this being what it is as a quote-unquote animation, a lot of these images are only going to be on the screen for seconds, if that, or you know, if it's a actual like moving-ish part, then it's probably less. So it's not to say that I'm not trying to be OCD about it, but I have to like kind of just work with that in mind, that I'm trying to keep it simple and not overthink it. Thankfully, I love doing portraits, so close-ups like this I actually have a lot of fun with, and of course some changes happen over the course of drawing. Like, he is a certain type of vampire, not just your pretty boy vampire from like what's a good vampire anime? What's that one? Vampire Knight. It's in the title. You know, where they're all pretty boys and they just got little sharp teeth. So he's got a little bit more of the Buffy vampire to him. Sorry about that. So I'm going to give him a little more attributes on his face, and I don't know, I just really love drawing portraits, so another thing I can hopefully improve on with digital painting this year is doing more semi-realistic portraits, or just kind of improving my digital painting process in general. So we'll see. But yeah, we're just going to do some little fluffs in the hair. Hair is always fun to do. I love doing hair because it's a lot more free movement. And you want to remember to like keep it looser, I guess. So there's the basic line art for Nigel, and I kind of flipped it just to see if anything particular stands out. It does a little bit, but not quite so much that it bothers me on the regular view. I think his eye was a little more angled than the other. So I'm just going to tidy up a couple things, and then try to make his eyes more pretty. Eyes are so important, guys. And that does look better. All right, so now we're going to throw in some color in the background real quick. Smudgy. Again, I'm doing all the colors on a separate layer so I can go outside the lines. Fun fact, I've never been good at staying in the lines or cutting straight lines. I remember in elementary school, my principal helped me in like second grade cut a straight line on a project we had in class, and it was like, am I that bad, really? But I guess I am. So, anywho, getting into that color, and Nigel is super pale, so because he is a vampire. So that wasn't too hard, and his eyes do turn red when he's a vampire, so we got that in there. We're going to give him a neutral background, as I said, just so he pops a little more. And then I'm going to go in, and this time instead of using the lasso tool, I'm just going to basically draw in where I think the shadow should go. Probably could have used a thinner brush on this, but I'm still working with the sensitivity on my digital tablet here. Most of the time I can get it right. Sometimes it depends. So we're just going to give him some shadowy definition, and then we're going to, when that is all done, decrease the opacity so it lays over as a shadow, and not as obviously the super, super dark shadow. Again, you could not only lower the opacity, you could use different blending options, and it's really up to you. This is just what I've done. It's tried and true. If I learn any new techniques, that may change, but at least for the time being in this current project, this is how we do it. All right, so you can see I lowered the opacity, and I'm just trimming up some areas where the brush wasn't as precise as I liked it to be. It does look a lot better. He's just got enough definition to give him flesh, like a solid look. And I'm pretty happy with that. I'm actually super happy with that. Like, of the images I've had to do, that I've done for the secret project so far, this is definitely one of my favorites. I definitely will be keeping this probably in my gallery once I set that up on my website, just as a little reference of things I can do. So there's our pretty Nigel vampire boy. I don't remember the exact time I started, but it was soon after the previous video, and I finished this one at about 3:16. So that took another 20, 30 minutes, 16 plus, yeah, about 30 minutes. So that is going to be it for me today, guys. I'm actually editing this video right now, so I was able to do the voiceover. It's, you know, it's almost 10 o'clock at night, which I tried starting this video at 6 o'clock, and it shouldn't have taken me that long, but a tree just got neutered today. So he is very, very needy. I'm just going to finish the end cap here, and then, yeah, that's going to be today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep an eye out because my Patreon launch is coming super soon. It's literally a week away, and I'm not panicking, I promise. But also, you know, subscribe, leave a comment below if you kind of liked my speed drawing process, or if you have any questions or comments about it. I'm always looking forward to hearing what you guys want to say, and as always, take care, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.